Chandra Nandini update on Friday 9th July episode 9-10 on Atinka TV. Padmanand sees Nandini in his room in Dasi outfit and asks, "Why are you here?" Padmanand walks in Radhabar in presence of all Rajkumars. Chandra remembers his first meet with Padmanand and memorizes his guru's words that his aim is revenge from Agad. Padmanand welcomes all Rajkumars and says, "Today the winner will marry my daughter, Nandini." Chandra sees her and says, "This Dasi, oh, she is Raikumari." Gautami asks who is Mallikattu. Nandini shows him. Gautami says, "Wow, he is very handsome." Padmanand says, "So the challenge is the one who defeats my son will marry my daughter." Rajkumar says, "This is not possible, no one can defeat our son, he is very good in Tawar Baiji." Padmanand says, "Strategy matters more than strength. North, in my view, I would like to have Mallikattu as first challenger." Chandra says, "I power attack Mallikattu." Padmanand says, "Kumar, why don't you take her father's blessing?" and calls his father in Darbar. Padmanand with Nandini. Nandini tells him she finds Rajkumar Mallikattu very suspicious, and while doing so Rajaparvatak meets Padmanand and tells him that unfortunately his son Couldn make to Padmanand's invitation. Rajaparvatak says, "This boy is and my son." Chandra says, "Yes, I not Mallikattu." Padmanand, "My intelligent daughter already had found her truth." Amartya says, "Soldiers handcuff him." Padmanand says, "Stop, don't attack him. He is here for challenge, right? Go son, you punish him." Chandra takes a sword too. Dorm says, "You have invited you death," and both start Takur Baji. Gautami says, "No one can defeat my husband." Padmanand notices Chandra giving tough fight and Chandra defeats Doram. Whole Darbar stands in surprise. Chandra says, "Thank me, I didn't kill her son." Nandini says, "God, how did he defeat him?" Chandra says, "So I win this challenge, but I not here for marriage." Padmanand says, "Handcuff him." Chandra look at Nandini. Avadika takes her away. Padmanand says, "No one will move now. He insulted me and so he will be punished," and starts hitting Chandra. Chandra does and move and says, "I will repay every single hit." Padmanand says, "Put him in jail and hit him till he reveals his true motive." Soldiers hit Chandra and drag him to jail. Mora sees him. Soldiers throw him in front of her and says, "Till Maharao makes a decision, rotten here," and leaves. Chandra in pain starts saying, "Oh mother." Mora feels his pain and walks to him with water and takes him in her laps and asks, "Why are you beaten, what you did?" Chandra remembers her and says, "Padmanand is cheat," and in pain says, "Ma." Mora says, "You missing her, Ma?" Chandra says, "When my Baba used to hit me, my mother used to treat me similar way you are treating me." Mora says, "I Ma to have some water," and cleans blood on his face. Gautami eating lettuce and says, "God, that poor boy so badly." Nandini says, "What bad he is cheat." Gautami says, "I talking after brother, but that boy he won. USHD have married him." Nandini says, "If I could I would have killed him." Gautami says, "Soon this hatred will be in love, like me and her brother." Nandini says, "Don't compare my brother with that cheater." Mora calls for help and says, "Look, you killed him." A soldier tried to shake him, sees his dead. Chandra holds his breath and as per his guru taught snatched a khanjar from soldier while hitting him. Chandra kills that soldier. Mora gets very impressed. Chandra disguises as that soldier and says, "You he led me like my ma, Didi, come with me." Mora says, "You go, my son will come and take me here with all pride, you go." Chandra says, "Sure, but her son will do come to take you. Give me her blessing," and touches her feet. Mora blesses him. Mora feelings a strong connection. Chandra leaves Nandini and Avadika being groomed by Dasi. Avadika asks them to leave and says, "Nandini, that boy was brave." Nandini says, "He is cheater." Avadika says, "Nandini, her father has just put you under a ring image." Nandini says, "Ma, my father is the best, why you always do this to him?" Nandini and Avadika change, and they are informed that the terrorist has escaped. Chandra enters Nandini's room where Nandini and Avadika are present. Nandini says, "How dare you enter my room?" and attacks him, but Chandra holds her mouth and pulls her close to him. Padmanand is informed about it. Chandra says, "Because of you I was sent jail and now you will help me out." Padmanand says, "Dare you hurt her?" Chandra says, "Not a step ahead or else I will kill her." Chandra says, "Get me a horse," and drags Nandini along with him and takes her with him on horse. Chandra threatens everyone that he will kill Nandini. Chandra is hit by an arrow but still he manages to escape. Nandini pushes him and both fall off the horse. Chandra walks to her in anger and removes her dupatta. Nandini slaps him, and then sees there was an lizard on her dupatta. Chandra holds her mouth. Padmanabh says, "Go find my daughter or else I will kill everyone here." Atinka says, "He took my daughter away and you just kept watching." Padmanabh says, "I will punish him." Atinka says, "This is karma which is behind my daughter. Karma has given me back what I have done to my husband, and now my Nandini has to face her karma." Mora helped him run away and he took her daughter away. "Now tell me, how will you save my daughter? You surely must have treated his family and so he is taking revenge and my daughter has to face every hardship and this is all because of you." Nandini bites Chandra's hand. Chandra pushes her and climbs on a tree. Nandini thinks, what is he up to? Chandra sees soldiers coming and attacks them from top of tree. Nandini is stunned at his move. Chandra ties all soldiers together and gives a cold look to Nandini and sits on his horse and leaves. Padmanabh to Mora, "Because of you my daughter is away from you." Mora says, "Said you are in pain, but why so painful for her daughter, or the fact that a mere boy hurt her ego and took her daughter away from you in front of whole Magad? You must be in pain, right? Just try and feel the pain the fathers might have faced when you took away their daughters for her enjoyment, and now are scared that boy shdnt repeat history and cut her head as you did with Sisupala. Now don't waste time, go find her daughter." Padmanabh says, "I will kill you if my daughter is hurt." Mora says, "You will kill me? That will never happen. I will see every tears of hers with my eyes, and before seeing that I won't die." And soldier informs Padmanabh that Nandini is back in castle. Padmanabh leaves Mora and gives the soldier all his gold and runs to Nandini and hugs her. Nandini says, "I fine, no one dare touch me." Padmanabh says, "For a moment I thought I lost you." Nandini says, "See, I was just few minutes away and you are so restless and you asking me to get married and leave you." But while Nandini returned to her kingdom and Chandra left Magad, he was unaware of the storm and form of Maharalbaja's attack on Takshashila. In Takshila all students are tortured by king and asks Chanakya to join hands with Sikandar, but Acharya denies to do so. Parvatak tells Chanakya that Chandra stole his invitation and went Magad. Chandra walks in and Acharya asks, "Why did you go there, Chandra, and without my permission?" and starts aspiring Chandra, and Chandra counts every slap. Chanakya says, "Parvatak, leave the ashram right away because you insulted first rule of ashram and that is not to keep an eye on her mates, so leave." Parvatak says, "I leaving but surely returned for revenge." Chandra says, "Here is the map, Acharya." Chanakya smiles. Gautami gives Nandini laddu and says, "Eat it, you feel better." Gautami asks, "Did he do anything to you in forest?" Nandini sees her brother and signs him and says, "Baby, I killed him and now his soul is here in our castle." Brother blows off the lights. Nandini says, "And the soul reaches the one who eats lot of sweets, and needs their blood." Gautami gets very scared, and says, "You killed him, so why me?" Nandini says, "You have more blood, so." Gautami says, "I will have to go to my room," and runs away. Nandini says, "Just keep in mind, don't turn behind while you walk." Chandra explains the whole map to Chanakya. Chanakya says Amartya is very smart and he must have changed all the security arrangements. Chanakya burns the map and says, "Now it in our mind and that enough for us." Precap, Padmanabh says, "Nandini, you are my most precious possession." Chanakya says, "Chandra, go find out what is precious to Padmanabh and then we will attack on that."